Welcome back to Studio Sydney Pilates. Today we're doing a classical Pilates mat workout. And yes, it's going to be challenging. When we do classical movements in the right form, they are incredibly challenging and effective. So I encourage you to follow my cues to make sure we're in the right form. This session is rooted in the traditional Pilates method, so expect control, precision, strong alignment, and deep core engagement. We're moving slowly and with intention, but we're still going to feel this very much in our abs, shoulders, glutes, inner thighs, and back muscles. No equipment needed, just grab your mat, some comfortable clothes, and let's get started. Let's start today's supine lying on our back, tailbone heavy, hands on the rib cage. We're going to start with some Pilates breaths. So on the inhale, I want you to expand your rib cage out to the side, almost like an umbrella expanding laterally. And then exhale, draw the ribs down and in, activating through the abdominals. Again, we inhale to expand the rib cage laterally. Exhale to use our abdominals to draw the ribs down and in. Now bring your hands onto the pelvis, heels of the hands on the hip bones, fingers towards the pubic bone. Tuck the tailbone under so pubic bone goes up to the ceiling, lower back connects to the mat, and then shift back to neutral, finding that space in your low back, tailbone heavy. And again, exhale, tilt. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, imprint, tilting the pelvis. Inhale, neutral. One more, tucking the tailbone under to imprint, and then you're gonna hold your imprint, keep your lower mid back connected to the mat, pubic bone to the ceiling. We're gonna bring one leg up to tabletop, toe ball heel the foot back down, other leg up to tabletop. What I want you to focus on here is keeping that strong pelvic tilt or imprint while also drawing the ribs down and in. So we're finding stability through the body as the weight of the leg shifts from left to right. Toe ball heel back down, heel ball toe to lift. 4 more here. Again, finding that stability for 2. And last one, keep that leg up, bring the other leg up to tabletop. Again, keeping your posterior pelvic tilt or imprint, we're gonna go into our single leg stretch. I want you to think here of drawing your shoulders heavy on the mat behind you. So keeping the chest open, shoulder blades inching towards the spine. And at the same time, each time you extend the leg, we draw the ribs down and in on the exhale. Exhale to extend. Inhale to bring the knee back in. Exhale, extend, squeeze the quad, point the toe. From here, keep both legs in tabletop, lift the hands off the mat, nod the head, chin to chest, and crunch sliding ribs to hips. Hold at the top for a second, and then shoulders, neck, and head back down on the mat. Again, I want you to almost think articulation here. So neck flexes first, chin to chest, and then we reach forward, sliding ribs to hips. Inhale to come back down. Exhale, we nod chin to chest, reach forward. Good, last one here. Come all the way up, ribs to hips, and then let's go into that single leg stretch again, keeping our crunch. So reaching those fingertips long, keeping space in the front of the body, so opening up wide through the shoulders, drawing shoulder blades together behind you. Again, we exhale to extend the leg, drawing the ribs down and in. Inhale to bend the knee back over the hip. Good, let's go into bicycle, hands behind the head, single leg stretch again, but this time we're gonna come up and over, twisting through the spine, opposite elbow to opposite knee. And again, I want you to focus on twisting through the spine, keeping the elbows wide, so keeping those shoulder blades towards the spine and allowing that mobility, that movement to come from the waist. Exhale to twist, inhale back to center. Good, 4 more here. For 3, for 2, and last one. Good, coming back through to center. We're gonna go into our double leg stretch. Keep the elbows wide, keep all of the weight of the head in the hands, extend both legs out. Again, we draw the ribs down and in as we extend the legs, squeezing the quads, keeping the toes pointed. Can we squeeze the feet, knees, and thighs together now to activate more through the adductors, so our inner thighs, activating through our pelvic floor, squeezing those feet together. For 3, for 2, and last one. We're gonna bring those hands back to the hips, palms facing the floor, and go right into our 100. Inhale, pump the arms, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do our staccato breaths here, so inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Good, keep reaching those arms long, collarbone wide. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're almost there. Last two. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good work. Release the head, neck, and shoulders back down. We're gonna bring our hands down by our side. Bring our legs out to a lateral rotation. So heels together, toes and knees apart. Almost think froggy position here. And then we're gonna go into that double leg stretch, keeping our lateral rotation. So inhale to bend, froggy, we flex the feet. Exhale, point the toes to lengthen the legs. Again, inhale, bend to froggy. Exhale, point the toes, extend the legs. Can we keep squeezing the heels together? Activating again through those adductors, through our inner thighs, which helps us to connect more into our pelvic floor as we zip that zipper up and in. So I want you to think drawing up and in from the pelvic floor here. For 3, inhale, bend, exhale, extend for 2. And last one, good work. We're gonna go into our shoulder bridge series now. So bringing the feet back down, heels under the knees. Again, palms facing the floor. We open through the chest, drawing shoulder blades together. Draw the ribs down and in, tuck the tailbone under to imprint. And then we're gonna peel the spine up off of the mat, one vertebrae at a time, squeezing the glutes at the top, lengthening through the thighs, and then melt the spine back down. Think C curve as we come down, imprint, shift all the way back to neutral at the bottom. Inhale at the bottom again. We exhale, tuck the tailbone, peel the spine off the mat, squeezing the glutes at the top. Inhale at the top, exhale to control back down. 2 more here. Let's find that fluidity through the spine. Inhale at the top, tucking the tailbone under. Exhale, scoop the tummy, flex to come back down. Good, last one, and then we're gonna hold it up in our shoulder bridge. Squeezing the glutes, lengthening through the thighs. Find that stability in the hips. So keeping the hip bones square and in line. We're gonna lift one leg up to tabletop. Toe ball, heel that foot back down. Heel ball, toe, other leg comes up to tabletop. So shifting the weight from side to side, using our obliques, and then opposite glute and hamstring to stabilize through the hips. So again, hip bones stay right in line with each other. Try not to let one drop down to the floor as we lift and shift the weight. Exhale to lift. Inhale, toe ball, heel back down. For 4. Exhale, lift for 3. For 2. And then lift that left leg up. Hold your left leg at tabletop. We're gonna lower the hips an inch to the floor, keeping that stability in the hips. Exhale to lift all the way back up. When you lift the hips up, think of tucking the tailbone under. So we're engaging a little bit more through the glute, lengthening through the hip flexor, and keeping the work out of the lower back and again in the glute. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. And then we're gonna extend that left leg long, externally rotate from the hip to bring the leg out to the side, away from the midline to the floor, and then inhale to hinge back up. Again, focus on the stability at the hips. Externally rotate to draw the circle out to the side, back to parallel to lift. And then other direction, lowering down parallel, externally rotate at the hip, and complete the circle for 2. Good, last one. And then bending that left knee, toe ball, heel that left foot back down. We bring the right leg up to tabletop, knee stacked over hip, and let's find those little pulses. Again, tucking the tailbone under. Whenever we find that tilt, that posterior pelvic tilt or imprint, it allows us to feel it more in our deep core and less in the lower back. So I want you to keep that in mind, especially as we keep going through these exercises. Extending that right leg, externally rotate to draw circles away from the body. Inhale to hinge and parallel for 2. Last one in this direction, keep that stability in the hips. And then other direction, exhale, parallel, we send it away. Externally rotate to draw those circles. Watch that the hip bones stay in line. Last one here. Good, bending that right knee, toe ball, heel back down, and then articulate the spine all the way back down. We're gonna go into our scissor kick now. So on the exhale, find that imprint again, pulling the ribs down and in. We'll bring the legs up to tabletop, come into your crunch, extend the legs long, and then bring one leg into the body as we bring the other leg down to the floor. The goal is to keep the legs as straight as possible, pointing through the toes, finding length through the calf and hamstring as we pull that leg in, lowering the other leg all the way down, keeping stability in the upper body. Exhale as you bring that knee into the body. Inhale to switch. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good work. Let's come all the way down, bending the knees. We're gonna go into our half range roll up. So extend your legs long, squeezing through the quads, flexing through the feet. So toes to the ceiling, heels to the floor. Reach those arms long behind you, draw the ribs down and in. On the exhale, bring your hands up towards the ceiling, nod your head chin to chest, and use your abs to articulate all the way up to high seated position. If you need to bend the knees to find your flat back here, go ahead. And then scoop the tummy. Notice your glutes turn on as we articulate all the way down. Low back, mid back, upper back, shoulders, neck, and head. Reach those arms back. Exhale, draw the ribs down and in. Hands to the ceiling. Nod your head chin to chest. Use your abs to control. Squeezing the quads. We rise all the way up. Nice flat back. And then again, exhale, scoop the tummy. Navel to spine. We scoop, articulate down. Again, we're using our glutes and quads quite a bit here, and our abs to find that fluidity through the spine. Again, nodding head chin to chest. Keep it slow and controlled. Coming all the way up, find that length through the spine. Exhale to scoop and come all the way back down. Good, we're gonna do one more here. Again, we reach the arms forward. Exhale, nod your head chin to chest, rise all the way up. And then we're gonna go into our roll down. So nodding your head chin to chest, forward fold, reaching your hands towards the feet or shins, and then use your abs to articulate the spine all the way back up to seated, reaching the arms long. Again, we fold forward, finding length through the back of the legs. Exhale, we restack the spine, use our abs to find that fluidity and rise. 2 more here. Our goal is to keep that pelvis in neutral. So sit bones stay heavy on the mat. Last one here. Awesome. We're going to come to our half roll back C-curve spine. So bend the knees, feet down firmly on the mat. Reaching the arms forward, we start up nice and tall in the sit bones. On the exhale, we scoop the tummy, come off of the sit bones, reaching forward, but sliding those shoulder blades back. Restack the spine, come all the way up, and then again, exhale, scoop the tummy, draw ribs to hips, scoop off of the sit bones. Collarbone stays wide. Again, restacking the spine up nice and tall. Exhale, scoop, use your abs to find that C-curve as we lean back. 2 more here. I want you to really think of scooping or finding C-curve through the mid to lower back, but keeping the chest wide, drawing shoulder blades together. Last one here, and then we're gonna hold it back in our C-curve and go into teaser. So staying in your C-curve, bring one leg up to tabletop and then the other leg up to tabletop. If this is where you're at today, that's fine, and we hold here, or maybe we extend one leg out and then the other leg out. If you want to try, we extend both legs. Now we're in full teaser. Inhale through the nose, exhale, shoulder blades together. Think almost J-curve spine as we open up wide through the chest. For 3, 2, 1, and bend the knees. Restack the spine, coming all the way up nice and tall. Awesome. The last portion of this class is quite challenging and pretty spicy. So we're going to take a minute here in Mermaid stretch just to find a nice deep stretch and open up through the hips. Let's bring one leg, our left leg, to lateral rotation and the other leg, right leg, to internal rotation. So your left foot is up against your right thigh. Just finding those sit bones heavy on the mat. Shoulders down and back. Bring your left hand down by your side. Right palm to the ceiling. We reach that right arm up and find lateral flexion, side bend over to the left. Exhale to twist through the spine towards the floor, reaching that right arm long. And then we twist up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades together, opening through the chest, lengthening through the pecs. Again, exhale. We twist downward, reaching that right arm, and then upward, shoulder blades together. And again, exhale, we twist downward. This time we're gonna bring both hands down onto the mat, fingertips down. Walk your hands closer to the body to find extension through the spine, lifting through the chest, and then walk those hands away from the body, lengthening back out through the spine, keeping the arms up, just the finger pads down. And again, we're gonna bring those fingers towards the body, find extension through the spine, lift the chest proud, lift the gaze, extension, and then again, reaching the hands out, finding a bit more length through the spine. Good, one more here. Extend, arch the back, lift the gaze. Good, and then come all the way back. We're gonna bring that left elbow back down, come back into your lateral flexion, no more rotation. We restack the spine, coming all the way up. And then right hand comes down, we bring the left hand up and over, and we're gonna do everything on the other side. So again, exhale, we twist the floor, find rotation. First downward, stretching through our lats and QL, and then upwards, lengthening through the pecs. Again, exhale, we twist downward, reaching that left arm long, and then upward, shoulder blades together, chest open. One more in each direction. Good, and then we're gonna find one extension on this side. So again, bringing those finger pads down onto the mat, bring your hands towards the body, extend the spine slightly, and then bring the right hand down, come out of that rotation and restack the spine. Awesome, we're gonna do everything on the other side now. So bringing your right leg to lateral rotation, left leg to internal rotation. Again, we try to find those sit bones heavy, just opening up through the hips to start. And then this time we'll start on the right side. So we'll bring that right hand down by your side, left palm up towards the ceiling, reach up, exhale to come up and over, lateral flexion. On your exhale, we twist to the floor, reach that left arm long, and then up to the ceiling, shoulder blades together, pecs open. Two more in each direction. Enjoy this stretch, because again, it's about to get a bit spicy in a minute. So let's just lengthen through the body here and take a little rest. Good, from here, let's find those extensions. So we're gonna bring the finger pads down onto the mat. We're gonna walk the hands closer to the body, extend the spine, lift the chest, and then walk the hands away from the body, lengthening through the spine. Again, hands towards the body, we extend, lift the gaze, and then walk the hands away, gaze goes down. One more time on this side. Good, and then bringing that right hand down, come out of your rotation, restack the spine, come all the way up. Good, and then over to the other side, we reach the right arm long. Exhale, twist towards the floor. Inhale, open, shoulder blades together. Two more twists in each direction. Good, and then let's find one extension on this side, finger pads down. We walk the hands towards the body, lift the chest, extend, and then walk the hands back out. That left hand comes down. We come out of our rotation and restack through the spine. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna go into our side leg series here. Let's start on our left side. So we're gonna go through 3 movements. We'll start first, left elbow underneath left shoulder, right hand up towards the ceiling or on your hip. We'll lift the hips up off of the floor so that bottom knee is bent and stabilizing. Inhale, hinge at the hip, keep the leg straight. Exhale to pull that leg back. We wanna keep the height in the leg, so keeping your ankle, knee, and hip all at the same height. Inhale, we hinge at the hip, nice straight leg. Exhale, we pull back. When you pull back, can we activate through that glute? We're keeping the foot flexed the whole time to keep the work in the back chain of the leg. And then again, we want to find that stability through the hip. So keeping hips stacked, up in space. Once again, ankle, knee, and hip stay all at the same height. This is a lot of work through your glute medius, and you're definitely going to feel this as we move through. Exhale to bring the leg back. Inhale, hinge forward, oblique stabilizing through the pelvis and the spine. Great work. 2 more here, and then we're gonna find circles with the hips. Last one, and then lengthen that leg out, ankle, knee, and hip in the same line, pointing the toe. Let's draw circles forward. Can we keep engagement through that top leg, lengthening, squeezing through that right quad? 5 more seconds in this direction, and then we're going to switch up the direction of the circles. Good, keep the leg long and reverse those circles, pulling back, feeling that glute max turn on. 10 more seconds, and then we have 1 more exercise on this side. From here, we're gonna go into our lift and lower. We're gonna flex the foot to lift the ankle up to hip height, point the toe to lower that leg to the floor. Again, keep squeezing through that right quad to lengthen through the leg the whole time. 10 more seconds, you got this. Exhale to lift and flex, inhale to lower. Last 4 seconds, you've got this. Awesome, and then let's come over to the other side. We are working both glute meads on both left and right sides, even when we're in our side series. So this side is going to feel extra spicy because the glutes are already fired up. We're gonna breathe through it, we're gonna get through it together. Right elbow under the right shoulder, reach that top arm up or on your hip, drawing elbow back in space. We lift the hips up, and again, we go back to that hinge. Keep the foot flexed. I want you to pull that heel back in space to activate through your top glute max. Inhale, hinge forward, exhale, pull back. Can we keep the ankle and knee up at hip height the whole time? We did about 45 seconds of these on the other side, so we're gonna even ourselves out. Last 20 seconds here. Inhale, hinge, exhale, pull back. Let's go into those circles here. So tiny little circles forward, squeezing through your quad, pointing through the toe. 8 more seconds, and then we'll switch up the direction. Awesome, and then other direction, pulling back, feeling that glute max turn on. We're almost there. We've got 1 more after this. Inhale through the nose, exhale, let your breath help you out. And finally, those lifts and lowers. We flex the foot to lift, inhale, point to lower. Exhale, flex and lift, inhale, point and lower. 20 more seconds, and then we're done with this. Who said classical Pilates is easy? This is killer. We've got this, almost there. 10 more seconds. Woo, and release. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're done with glutes for the day. Let's come on to our stomachs. We're gonna come to our prone series of the day. So lying on your stomach, we're gonna do a few different exercises here. Lengthening through the front of the body and strengthening the back of the body is extremely important for good posture, especially this day and age where we're on computers and phones a lot. Definitely don't skip this part of the workout. So coming onto your shoulders, bring your hands down on the mat just above your shoulders. Your feet are gonna go as wide as the mat in external rotation. And then on the exhale, we're gonna press up into swan, so extending through the spine. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, root down into the heels of the hands, extend the spine. If you can, we're slowly getting up to full extension of the arms, but you take this in whatever range feels comfortable for you today. Again, I want you to bring the attention back to the pelvis. So we don't want to hyperextend too much in the lower back. Most of us already have a lot of mobility there. We want to focus the mobility in the upper and mid back. Okay, so even think like a tiny pelvic tuck as you lift to really turn on those deep core muscles and keep it out of the lower back. Exhale, root down into the heels of the hands. We rise, chest opens. Inhale to slowly come back down, keeping the elbows close to the body. Keep engaging through your lower body, so squeezing through the quads, pointing the toes. Let's do 2 more here. Inhale, control back down. Elbows stay close to the body as we articulate the spine back down to neutral. Exhale, last one. Good, and come all the way back down. We're gonna go into our double leg kick prone. So stacking your hands, bring your hands out in front of you. Rest your cheek down on your hands. Tuck the tailbone under, pubic bone heavy. Draw the ribs down and in. We're going to bring the legs right close together, squeezing your feet together. On the exhale, bend the knees with the toes pointed. And then bend the knees, feet flexed. Point them again. Extend the spine. Reach the arms back. And then we bring the hands back down. We face the other way. Point, kick, flex, kick, point the toes, lengthen, extend, hands come back to the hips, and then again, hands stack, we rest other cheek down, point, kick, flex, kick, point the toes, extend through the spine. Inhale to come down, exhale, kick, inhale, lengthen, exhale, kick, inhale, lengthen, exhale, extend. Again, inhale, rest, exhale, kick with toes pointed, exhale, kick with feet flexed, inhale, exhale to extend. Okay, so I want you to try to find stability here through the hips as we're kicking. Okay, so we need to keep that strong pelvic tuck, keep the pubic bone heavy on the mat, ribs drawing down and in to keep that abdominal engagement. Each time we come up to extension, can we lift a little bit higher through the chest? And again, exhale, we kick, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we extend through the spine, drawing shoulder blades together. One more on each side here. Exhale, reach back, extend. Last one here. And then we're going to end our prone extension series with swimming. So reaching the arms forward, wrists as wide as the mat, ankles as wide as the mat. Tuck the tailbone under. Again, think imprint to turn on those deep core muscles and keep it out of the lower back. And then we're gonna lift the arms and legs, come to extension and flutter the arms and legs up and down. We're trying to find stability here, again, through the hips. So keeping the abs turned on, squeezing through the glutes, lengthening through the legs. Can we keep those shoulders away from the ears? Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. 20 more seconds here. Again, just focus on tucking the tailbone under to turn on deep core muscles and find that stability. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and press back into your shell stretch. We'll keep the knees wide, hips towards the feet, and just hold here, pressing the hands down into the mat. Just take a few minutes recovery to get the heart rate back down, and then we're going to end off today with planks and modified push-ups. I'm not sure many people know that planks and push-ups are part of the Classical Pilates repertoire, but they are, so we're going to include them today. So wrists are underneath the shoulders. You're going to walk the knees back in space until your hips are completely open. So dropping your hips to the floor, but not allowing any extension through the lower back. So you're going to tuck that tailbone under, so really strong pelvic tilt, drawing navel to spine. Inhale through the nose, exhale, press the floor away from you. Good, just hold a couple more seconds. And then we're going to come into modified planks. So you're going to bend your elbows, keep them nice and close to the body as we bring the chest to the floor, and then exhale, root down into the heels of the hands to rise. Inhale, we bend the elbows, keep them nice and close to the body. Exhale, root down into the heels to rise. Keep tucking that tailbone under. Again, bring the chest to the floor, keeping the back of the neck long, spine in neutral. For 4. Exhale, press down. Can we come down a little bit lower for the last 3? Good, for 2. And last one here. Awesome work. Good. We're going to come down onto the elbows, keeping the hips open. So keeping the knees where they are, tucking that tailbone under strong, and we're going to hold our modified elbow plank here. If this is enough for you and you just want to hold the modified version, that's totally fine. Or we can tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and hold our full elbow plank. Good, 10 more seconds here. Tuck the tailbone under, strong core, draw navel to spine. Again, pressing down into the elbows. For 3, 2, 1, and drop the knees. Let's press back into our shell stretch again. Hips to the feet, press down into the hands. Awesome work today. This was absolutely a classical mat Pilates repertoire. If If you enjoyed this and would like to see more classical Pilates repertoires with form-focused cues, please comment below and subscribe for weekly videos. Thank you, everyone.